Right, so we'll continue on with this question. And so Katie got a credit card bill 3 months ago for €420. The interest rate on her credit card is 2% per month, compounded monthly. And she has not paid off any of her bill. Work out what her bill is now and give your answer in euros. So just to show you, trying to think what this is under. Financial. So page 30. So in your formula and tables book, if you go to page 30, there. So there's your compound interest formula. So we would have used that in class. Okay. So F equals P bracket 1 plus I to the power of T. So her bill was €420. 1 plus I is the interest rate, but it has to be as a decimal, so 0.02. And how many months did they say? Oh, 3 months. Okay, so that should just all go into your calculator. Part 3 multiplied by 420. So answer correct to the nearest euro. I'm getting 445.707. So that would be €446. Oh, sorry. Give your answer in euro, correct to the nearest cent. Sorry, I read that wrong. So in euro, correct to the nearest cent is €445 point. And I said I got 707, so that will be 71 cents. Okay, so 445.71, and again, there's partial credits available, 5 marks if it's fully correct. Are we nearly there? Yeah. So, Katie bought a motorbike last year. Since she bought it, the motorbike lost 10% of its value. The value of the motorbike now is 12,150. Work out the value of the bike when Katie bought it. Okay, so when she bought it, it would have been 100% value. It's lost 10% of that, so it's now at 90% of its original value. And 90% is equal to €12,150 because it says it's lost 10% and it's now worth this much. So these are the questions where the easiest thing to do is always go back to 1% and then bring yourself up to 100% because that's what we're looking for. What's the value when she bought it? Okay, so over here to get from 90 to 1, we divide by 90. And to get from 1 to 100, we multiply by 100. And then we apply that calculation to the far side. So we're going to take 12,150, divide it by 90, and multiply it by 100. And then we should have its value. So 12,150 divided by 90, multiplied by 100. And I'm getting the original price of this bike was €13,500. So is it right? It is. And it's worth 10 marks. Only partial there is 5. So you're either getting 0, 5 or 10 here. Nothing in between. Okay. So 10 marks for that one. If I go back, that's the end of that question. So 10, that's 15. What was that one worth? Katie's net income. That was worth 10 as well. I didn't write that one in. Okay, so where was I? 15, so that's 25 and 35. Does that sound right? Yep, 35. So question 2 should be marked out of 35. Okay, question 3. Okay, so question 3 says a cylinder has a radius or centimeters. Okay, so I'm just going to put that in here. Or it has a height of 10 centimeters. The cylinder is melted down and made into a cone. The cone also has a radius of or centimeters, so this is the same radius, or centimeters, and it has a height of h centimeters. 10% of the volume of the cylinder is lost during this process. Work out the percentage increase in the height of the cylinder when it is made into a cone. Okay. So, we're going to lose 10% of the volume of the cylinder. So 90% of the volume of the cylinder is going to be turned into the volume of the cone. Yeah? Okay. I'm going to write this as a fraction because I think it'll fit nicer. So 9 over 10. Volume of a cylinder is pi r squared h. Now the volume of a cone. There it is there. So a third pi r squared h. So 1/3 pi r squared h. Okay, so what do we know? We really only know the 10 here, don't we? So 9 over 10 by pi by radius squared by 10 equals 1/3 pi r squared h. Now we can divide by pi because it's on both sides, so that will take this out and this out, which will leave me with 9 over 10 by r squared by 10 equals 1/3 by r squared by h. We can also divide by r squared. There's an r on both sides and they told us that they were the same, so we can get rid of them as well. Same way we got rid of the pi's. That's handy. So 9/10 times 10 is 9. And then on this side I have 1/3 h. I want the h, so I will divide by the third because that will cancel it out. Do that on both sides. So h is 27 centimeters. So that means this height here is 27 centimeters. But that isn't actually what we were asked. We were asked for the percentage increase. So we have to go a step further. To get the percentage increase, you have to put the increase over the original and then multiply by 100. So the increase is going to be, what, 17 over 10. It is the percentage increase of the height of the cylinder. Yeah, so the percentage increase of the cylinder and then multiply by 100. So that is 170% increase. Now question 3. Is that? No, that's done. Question 3. Yep. So plenty of that's a tough question. Plenty of partial marks available there, so have a good look through those and see where you fall in. So 15 marks for that one if you get it right. As I say, tough question. Oh, and that's it. Okay. So back up here. And question 3 is 15. Okay, question 4. We are getting there. So a group of friends make a video and they post it on YouTube. They know that they will be paid approximately €15 for each 10,000 views of the video. Use this information to answer the following questions. Work out how many views they would need in order to be paid €45. So €15 if they get 10,000 views. So how many views do they need in order to get €45? So you're just looking at this. That is 3 times bigger. So you would need this to be 3 times bigger. So it's going to be 30,000 views. Is that giving us marks? It is. So 30,000 views is 5 marks. What I'm doing there. Work out how much in euro they will be paid for 80,000 views. So they're getting €15 for 10,000 views. So for 80,000 views, again we can look at this. This is 8 times bigger, so they would need to get 8 times the amount of money, which is €120. So, yep, €120 and 5 marks. Again, all available marks are detailed there, so pause the video and figure out what it is you're supposed to get. So if you get it right, do red. Oh my god. Undo. Okay, sorry about that. Right, so work out how much in euro they will be paid on average for 1 view. Okay, so again, if they're getting €15 for 10,000 views, then for 1 view, again, what's going on here? We're dividing by 10,000, so we'd have to do the same over here. So what's that? I'm getting 1.5 by 10 to the minus 3. So that means I have to take the 1.5 and move this decimal 1, 2, 3. So I need a 0 here and a 0 here. So that is 0.0015. Right, 1.5, it would be here. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's what I think it is for 1 view, 0.0015 of a euro. What happened there? Oh, sorry, they were marked together. I didn't notice that. B and C were marked together. So 0.0015 is right. I would only get 5 marks for both of them, not for 1. Okay, so A gave me 5 marks, and then I get 5 marks for B and C together. Okay, so the video cost them €70 to make. It does not cost them anything to post a video on YouTube. Write an expression in X for the profit in euro they will get for X views. Right, so this is actually, how does this go on from here? Oh yeah, it's not too bad. Okay. Anyway, the video costs them €70 to make. It does not cost them anything to post the video on YouTube. Write an expression in X for the profit they will make for X views. Okay, so if they get 1 view, it's 0.0015. If they get 2 views, it's going to be 0.0015 times 2. If they get 3 views, it's going to be 0.0015 times 3. Yeah? So basically, we're going to take 0.0015, and that has to be multiplied by X, because X is the amount of views. Right? So if it's 1 view, we will multiply the 0.00 by 1. if it's 2 views, we'll multiply the 0.0015 by 2, and so on. Yeah? So that's how much money they will make. It costs them nothing to post it. The video costs €70 to make, so you'd have to minus that €70 off. So their profit is however many views they get, they're getting this much money for each view, but they'll have to subtract €70. Okay, so there you go, 0.0015x minus 70. And that's €5 marks. Okay, and these two. So there are 7 people in the group. They divide the profit from the video evenly between them. They each get €200 in profit. Write an equation in X to represent this information where X is the total number of views of the video. Okay, so we already have the profit. So it's 0.0015 times X, excuse me, minus 70. That's going to have to be divided among 7 people, and apparently that means they all get €200. So there, 0.0015 times X minus 70 divided by 7 equals €200. Like, this is kind of falling a little bit more under algebra, but like, it's not really algebra. Like, it's kind of, I suppose, taking the logic of it and just turning it into maths. So it's a little off topic, but I wouldn't say it's miles off. And so I suppose if you didn't do great in these 2 questions, I'd give yourself a bit of a break, because it's not something you would have studied. Now, do I have the next one? I do. So work out the value of X, which is the total number of views. Okay, so I'm going to bring this. So at the moment that says blah, 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 divided by 7. So if I want to bring that 7 over here, it has to become the opposite of divide, which is multiply. So 0.0015x minus 70 equals 200 times 7. I'll draw my multiply there, it doesn't matter. Okay, so 0.0015 multiplied by x minus 70 equals €1,400. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 70 and bring it across, and that has to become the opposite, so it'll become a plus 70. And so I have 0.0015 multiplied by x equals 1470. And then the last part, which we've done a good bit of, these are multiplied. So to get rid of the 0.0015, I divide by 0.0015. That'll take that out, but whatever I do on this side, I have to do on this side. Okay, and x equals, so 1470 divided by 0.0015. And so apparently, for them to make €200 each, that is 980,000 views that they will need. Yep. So there it is there. And again, I'm after messing that up. E part 1 and 2 are marked together, are they? Let me go back. Yeah, they are. So it's 10 marks in total for the 2 of them. If I got only 1 part correct, I'd get a mid partial, so I get 6 for only 1 part correct. Okay, so I got both parts correct there, so there's my 10 marks. And that's it for that one. So 10, 15, 20, 25. Yep. And 25 marks. Sorry, I'm going back up to the top here to write in my 25 marks.